Have you ever wondered if there's a single movement that can strengthen your legs, straighten your posture, boost your daily energy, and even improve your vitality, all without a single machine or trip to the gym? It sounds almost too simple, but it's true. And chances are most people over 50 have never tried it. It's called the horse stance. Now, at first glance, it may just look like standing still, but don't be fooled. This posture has been practiced for centuries by martial artists, traditional healers, and athletes, not for how it looks, but for what it does inside the body. Imagine holding a position that, in just 2 minutes a day, trains both your muscles and your mind at the same time. That's the power of this ancient stance. What makes it even more exciting is how accessible it is. You don't need a gym membership, fancy equipment, or even a lot of space. You could practice it right in your living room, in your kitchen while the coffee brews, or even next to your bed before turning in for the night. And here's the real secret. While it's gentle on your joints, the horse stance works deeply to build balance, improve joint health, stimulate circulation in the pelvic area, and even support healthy hormone function. It's like pressing a reset button for your body, grounding, strengthening, and energizing all at once. So stay with me, because as we go deeper, you'll discover 10 surprising benefits, including one at number 7 that almost no one talks about, but everyone over 50 should know.
After the age of 50, leg strength becomes more than just a sign of fitness. It's the foundation of independence. Think about it. Being able to stand up from a chair without pushing on your arms, climbing a flight of stairs without wincing, or walking confidently without worrying about losing your balance. These simple actions are what keep us living on our own terms. That's where the horse stance comes in. When you lower into this position, something powerful happens. Your quads, glutes, hamstrings, and calves all activate at the same time, working together like a team. And unlike high-impact exercises that can grind down your knees and hips, this movement builds strength gently, without wearing out your joints. I once spoke with my neighbor, Mr. Johnson, who was 68. He told me how carrying a grocery bag up the steps used to feel exhausting and sometimes even scary. But after practicing the horse stance for just 2 minutes a day, he noticed a new stability. His legs felt stronger, his steps steadier, and even his confidence in daily life started to return. Because here's the truth. The stronger your legs are, the more freedom you keep. Independence isn't about running marathons. It's about moving safely, with strength and confidence every single day. When most people hear the words core strength, they picture six-pack abs. But after 50, your core is about so much more than looks. It's about stability, posture, and protecting your spine. The horse stance quietly trains your entire midsection. Not just the abs in front, but also the obliques along your sides and the deep muscles in your lower back. Think of your core as the foundation of your house. If it's weak, everything above it wobbles. But when it's strong, the whole structure stands tall. That's exactly what happens in this stance. Your body has to hold itself steady without leaning, twisting, or collapsing. It's subtle, but it works every second you're holding. I remember chatting with Mr. Collins, a 71-year-old retired teacher. He used to complain about constant lower back pain from long car rides. After practicing the horse stance for just a few weeks, he noticed he could sit and stand longer without discomfort, and even felt more upright while walking. This isn't about flashy workouts or crunches that strain your neck. It's about endurance, the kind of strength that quietly supports you through daily life. Whether you're turning to check traffic while driving, standing in line at the grocery store, or simply getting out of bed in the morning, a strong core makes every move smoother, easier, and pain-free. Because after 50, your core isn't cosmetic. It's your lifeline. One of the sneakiest things about aging is how balance quietly fades without us even noticing. You don't realize it until you stumble on the sidewalk, miss a step on the stairs, or suddenly reach for a wall just in case. That's why balance is often called the hidden foundation of independence. This is where the horse stance comes in. When you hold this posture, your body isn't just standing still. It's recalibrating. Every muscle, from your feet to your head, is working together to keep you steady. At the same time, your brain is reactivating something called proprioception. Think of it as your body's internal GPS. It tells you where you are in space so you can move with confidence instead of hesitation. I remember speaking with Mr. Harris, a 68-year-old who loved hiking but had started avoiding trails because he kept losing his footing. After a few weeks of practicing horse stance daily, he told me it felt like his body woke up again. He could sense the ground beneath him better, and that gave him the confidence to get back on the trail he once loved. That's the power of this pose. You don't need to balance on one foot or buy fancy equipment. Just a few minutes of stillness can retrain your body awareness and help prevent the kind of falls that can change a life. Because balance isn't about luck. It's a skill you can rebuild at any age. Have you ever noticed how often health conversations skip over the pelvic area, even though it's one of the most important parts of our bodies as we age? That's why the horse stance is so unique. It works those deep, often neglected pelvic muscles. When you hold this position, you're not just standing still. You're activating a hidden network of muscles that directly influence circulation and vitality. Here's what that means in real life. For men, better circulation in the pelvic region supports stronger erectile function and overall performance. For women, it strengthens the pelvic floor, which helps with bladder control, stability, and sexual wellness. These are not luxury benefits. They are essentials for maintaining dignity, confidence, and quality of life after 50. I remember talking to Mr. Johnson, a 70-year-old retired teacher, who admitted he avoided workouts because they didn't feel relevant. But after trying the horse stance, he noticed better control, improved energy, and even a renewed sense of vitality. His wife shared that she felt stronger too, especially with everyday balance and confidence. And it doesn't stop there. This simple pose can also improve your mood, enhance sleep, and restore a sense of aliveness that many people think fades with age. It's like flipping a switch. From feeling drained and disconnected, to feeling steady, grounded, and full of life again. So the next time you think about exercise, remember, it's not just about muscles or bones. Sometimes the real strength starts from the center, where health, energy, and vitality truly begin. Have you ever noticed how the hardest battles often aren't with your body, but with your own mind? That's exactly what happens when you hold the horse stance. At first, it feels easy. But after 20 or 30 seconds, your legs start to shake, your breath quickens, and that little voice in your head whispers, "Just stop." This is where the true magic begins. The horse stance is more than a posture. It's a lesson in patience, focus, and resilience. By choosing to stay, to breathe, and to hold, you're training your mind to stay steady in the face of discomfort. And that strength carries into everyday life. When stress builds, when plans fall apart, or when sleep won't come, you've already practiced how to stay calm, centered, and strong. Science supports this too. Studies show that exercises combining stillness and breath can lower cortisol, the stress hormone that slowly wears you down. They also enhance emotional regulation, helping you handle challenges without panic or overwhelm. I think of my neighbor, Mr. Harris, who started this practice in his late 60s. He told me, It wasn't my legs that changed first. It was my mind. I felt calmer, more patient, more in control. That's the hidden gift of the horse stance. It's not just about building muscle. It's about building inner strength. The kind that steadies you through life's storms and reminds you that you're stronger than you think. As we age, one of the first complaints many people have is about their joints. The knees ache when climbing stairs, the hips feel stiff in the morning, and sometimes even standing up from a chair feels heavier than it used to. But here's the good news. The horse stance offers a way to strengthen your joints without grinding them down. Unlike running or jumping, which repeatedly pound the knees and hips, the horse stance uses something called isometric loading. This means you're creating strength through stillness. When you hold the stance, your ligaments, tendons, and even the cartilage in your joints are gently but firmly engaged. Over time, this builds joint integrity and reduces stiffness, almost like adding internal scaffolding to support your body. I remember meeting Mrs. Thompson, a 72-year-old who used to skip exercise because of her aching knees. After a few weeks of practicing the horse stance, she told me, "For the first time in years, I can walk down my driveway without worrying my knees will give out." That's the power of training your joints the smart way, not the hard way. And the best part? It's safe. No pounding, no twisting, no sudden impact. Just quiet, steady strength building from the inside out. If you've ever feared exercise because of fragile joints, this is your reminder. Strength doesn't have to hurt. With just a couple of minutes a day, you can protect your knees and hips and reclaim the confidence to move freely again. Have you ever noticed how stiff your hips feel when you get out of the car? Or how hard it is to bend down and tie your shoes as you get older? That's one of the sneakiest signs of aging, reduced hip mobility. And when the hips get tight, it doesn't just affect your legs. It pulls on your lower back, throws off your posture, and can even slow down your digestion. This is where the horse stance shines. As you sink into the stance, your hips gently open, stretching the surrounding muscles and connective tissues in a way that's safe and natural. You don't need deep lunges or complicated yoga poses, just a steady, grounded position that lets your body release tension, bit by bit. I once spoke with Mr. Allen, 76, who said he thought his stiff hips were just part of getting old. But after practicing the horse stance for only a few weeks, he noticed less stiffness in the mornings and more freedom when walking with his grandchildren. And here's the best part. Even if you only go shallow, you still get results. The small, consistent stretches add up, unlocking mobility that makes everything from climbing stairs to simply sitting comfortably easier again. So if your hips have been whispering complaints or even shouting, remember this: mobility is not lost forever. The horse stance can help you reclaim it, one quiet moment at a time. What if I told you that a simple 2-minute stance could help rebalance your hormones and bring back some of that spark you thought was gone for good? The horse stance does exactly that. When you hold this position, your body enters a state of good stress, the kind that strengthens you instead of wearing you down. This mild challenge lowers cortisol, your stress hormone, while boosting testosterone and endorphins, the very chemicals that fuel vitality, joy, and motivation. I remember talking with Mr. Daniels, 68, who often said he felt foggy and drained by the afternoon. After adding the horse stance to his morning routine, he told me he not only felt steadier, but also sharper, like his brain had switched the lights back on. And that makes sense, because balanced hormones don't just affect muscles, they affect your mood, your energy, and even how clearly you think. This stance also grounds you. The slow breathing, the stillness, the gentle focus. They calm anxiety and remind your body that it's safe, strong, and alive. In just minutes, you can reset both body and mind. Without a pill, without caffeine, without anything more than your own effort. So if you've been feeling off balance, low on energy, or just not yourself, don't underestimate the horse stance. It's a quiet, natural way to tell your body, I'm still here, I still matter, and I'm ready to thrive. What if I told you that by simply standing still, you could actually give your entire body a workout? That's the hidden genius of the horse stance. On the outside, it looks calm and unmoving. But inside, every major muscle group is alive with activity. Your legs are carrying your body weight. Your core is stabilizing your spine. Your back and shoulders are holding you upright. And even your arms engage slightly to keep you balanced. This isn't just about building muscle in isolation. It's about creating harmony between your brain and your body, what experts call neuromuscular coordination. The stronger that connection becomes, the more easily you can handle life's everyday tasks. Think about lifting grocery bags without strain, carrying your grandchild with steady arms, or moving across uneven ground without fear of falling. The horse stance trains you for the movements that actually matter. I once spoke with Mr. Harris, a 71-year-old veteran who said he felt like his body wasn't listening to him anymore. Simple tasks left him shaky and frustrated. But after practicing the horse stance daily for just a few weeks, he noticed something remarkable. His movements became smoother, more controlled, and he felt connected to his body again. So while it may look like you're just standing there, remember, this is a quiet, full-body workout in disguise. A way to build strength, coordination, and confidence that stays with you long after you've left the stance. Here's one of the most beautiful things about the horse stance. It's simple. No gym membership, no expensive equipment, not even a yoga mat is required. All you need is your own body and a couple of minutes. That's it. You can do it barefoot in the kitchen while your coffee brews, out on the patio while the sun comes up, or even in the bedroom before bedtime. There are no barriers, no excuses, just a practice that fits right into your daily life. And here's the key. Because it only takes 2 minutes, it actually gets done. That's the secret to building a habit after 50. Not long, exhausting routines, but short, sustainable practices that you'll keep coming back to. Think about it. What's easier to commit to? 2 minutes of stillness or an hour at the gym you keep putting off? I remember speaking with Mr. Carter, a 68-year-old retiree who used to struggle with sticking to exercise. Once he discovered the horse stance, he made it part of his morning ritual, right next to brushing his teeth. Over time, those 2 minutes turned into lasting results. Stronger legs, better posture, and a confidence he thought he had lost. The truth is, real change after 50 doesn't come from doing something big once in a while. It comes from the small, steady actions you repeat every single day. Now that we've explored the power of the horse stance, let's bring it all together. This simple movement isn't just about exercise. It's about strength, stability, posture, and even your inner health. And the beauty is, you don't need machines, pills, or a gym membership. Just you, your body, and a few quiet moments of intention. What I love most about the horse stance is that it represents something bigger, self-investment. Every time you take 30 seconds to hold this pose, you're proving to yourself that growth doesn't stop after 50, 60, or even 90. You still have the under to improve, to rebuild, and to reclaim your confidence. I remember chatting with Mrs. Reynolds, a 72-year-old grandmother, who told me she started with just 20 seconds a day. Over time, she worked her way up to 2 minutes. Not only did her legs grow stronger, but she said her sense of balance and energy in daily life surprised even her. So here's my challenge to you. Try the horse stance today, even if it's only for 30 seconds. Then come back and share your experience in the comments below. Your story might inspire someone else who's looking for hope and strength. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about standing still, it's about standing strong, for yourself and for the life you still deserve to live.